Welcome to the PVW Law Video Library discussion regarding asset protection planning. Asset protection planning has become a standard part of any estate plan. There are a variety of techniques that can be used for asset protection planning. Among those techniques are a variety of different types of trusts. The best trust for your plan depends on your specific asset structure and goals. One type of trust used for asset protection planning is the Spendthrift Trust. A Spendthrift Trust protects assets by placing control of them beyond the reach of both the beneficiary and the creditors. This is accomplished by preventing the beneficiary from assigning the right to distributions to a creditor and preventing the creditor from attaching to the trust assets. Spendthrifts may not be created by a settlor for the settler's own benefit. A Spendthrift Trust may not work against a beneficiary's spouse, former spouse, or child who has obtained a judgment for support or maintenance. Another type of trust is the Offshore Asset Protection Trust. Because the law of many U.S. jurisdictions are creditor-friendly, offshore asset protection trusts have evolved. The advantages of offshore asset protection trusts include practical and psychological barriers to creditors pursuing claims, the lack of full faith and credit towards U.S. judgments, settler-friendly laws, and higher creditor expenses. Foreign trusts can be complicated and expensive to set up. A recent Tax Compliance Act imposes reporting requirements on U.S. beneficiaries and foreign trusts. You may also consider a domestic asset protection trust. A variety of states now have laws permitting domestic asset protection trusts. The states that have adopted such laws vary as to the specific requirements. Those establishing a domestic asset protection trust should consider the particular rules of jurisdiction being considered, such as the extent of power a trustee can retain, and still have the trust considered irrevocable. The degree of due diligence required before transferring assets to a trust, the availability of fail-safe provisions, liability protection for trustees and attorneys, and whether assets will be protected from different types of claims. Some of the challenges of asset protection trusts include whether a state that recognizes such trusts will give full faith and credit to a judgment from a court in a state that does not recognize such trusts. Some commentators take the position that self-settled spendthrift trusts violate the Constitution. A Dynasty Trust is a perpetual trust that is established in a state that has abolished the rule against perpetuities, which resulted in distribution of trust interest at a certain point, no later than 21 years after a life and being at the time a trust interest was created. Dynasty trusts are utilized to maintain assets in trust over generations of heirs and to perpetuate the asset protection features of using a trust. The Dynasty Trust is subject to a fair amount of criticism. The last type of trust we will discuss is the Discretionary Trust. Even without going to the length of an asset protection trust, a discretionary trust can offer asset protection planning features by providing the trustee absolute discretion to make distributions of income and principal to a beneficiary without reference to an ascertainable standard. Not all states define discretionary in the same manner. The trust that is right for you depends on your specific asset structure and estate planning goals. For more information, please review our blogs and legal articles at pvwlaw.com. If you would like to consult with one of our estate planning attorneys, complete the estate plan intake form on the Client Tools section of our website or email us from the Contact Us tab.